What is something you do twice, just to make sure, although you perfectly know the first time was sufficient? Locking the car. Wipe my ass. Checking the refrigerator to see if there really wasn't any food to eat. Saving in a game. Calculation in exams. Even cross-check 2 plus 2 equals 5. Check my phone's volume level in public when I have headphones on. Check that I have my phone, wallet, keys every time I leave my house. Clicking tongs. Control plus C. Checking if I am in the right bus. Checking if I added everything needed to commit and get. Making sure my car is in neutral at a stop. Set alarms. I always set up like 2 to 3 alarms to wake up just in case I oversleep. Shooting the zombie in the head after it's down. Anytime I'm saving something I'm working on, I usually save it 2 to 5 times just to be safe. I'm a writer. I will save every Word document 4 times. No matter what. Check the time on my phone. Make sure the chamber is empty. Saving a paper. Shake my wiener after peeing. Checking the doors. Monsieur. Everything. Leaving the house? Let me make sure the back doors are locked. Okay. Yes. Top and bottom locked. Let me jiggle the handle. Gotta be sure. Okay, good. Is that sliding door locked? Let me check that. Okay, good. Wait. That back door was locked, but am I really sure it was locked? Better go check again. Is the stove off? I should go check the burners. Okay, yeah. Burners are off and the on light is not illuminated. Time to go. Hold on. I should turn around and double check those burners one more time. Okay, good. Is that ceiling fan off? I should go look at that real quick. All day. Baby. All day. Every day. Basic maths. Skeptical smiley face. Fail spectacularly at what I'm doing. Pull the trigger on my drill before actually using it. Check the back seat for zombies. Opening Google Chrome. Checking bathroom signs. Checking my passport is in my bag before I travel. Last trip I must have looked 4 more times despite knowing it was in there the first time. When you have a bladder infection and you need to pee as you walk out of the bathroom. Checking both sides when I cross the street, even if it's a one-way street. I've almost gotten hit by cars many times as a pedestrian, and I once witnessed a car running from the cops going the wrong way down a one-way street. So I'm extra careful to always check both sides. Checking if I closed the prawn tab, just to make sure. Reading a text twice before sending. Saving in Excel. Control plus S, Control plus S, Control plus S. Clearing your calculator. C. Set my morning alarm, but more like 28 times. Recheck if I tightened the drain plug after changing oil on your car. I've seen multiple engines blow up due to negligence. I have yet to add to those statistics, and I do not plan to in the future. Check the condom is nice and tight. I'm not sure if this really fits the question, but it's kinda on the same track. I will sometimes put on Google Maps to navigate to work in the morning. I've driven there countless times. But every now and then, just gotta be certain I am taking the right way. Turn off water tap. Whenever I eat out, at some point, I almost always have a moment of minor panic where I think I may have left my wallet at home, and I check my pocket, even though I know I checked before leaving the apartment. Clearing browser history. Making sure you have the essentials at the airport. Tickets if they aren't on your phone. Wallet, phone, bags, etc. Have to shampoo twice, even if it is nothing but wastes the shampoo and ruins my hair. It's not exactly doing the same thing twice, but I always unplug things like the griddle, iron, waffle maker, etc., even though I turn them off using the switch knob. Smoking the second bowl. When I moved into my room, there was already a TV in there, but at first glance it didn't appear to have an HDMI port. So even though my roommate had an Xbox, we thought we couldn't use it. We went 3 weeks with it just sitting there, and right before I was about to order an adapter online, I figured I'd take a second look at it. Turned out there were 3 HDMI ports on the bottom monsieur, and #X200B. Additionally, I've recently been arguing with my internet provider, because the room already had internet cables wired through, but the cable was worn down and wasn't giving anything to the modem monsieur, but they were going to charge me for the month's bill, and an extra $50 to have someone look at the cable. I was pretty mad, but a couple days before the appointment was set, I was cleaning the room and realized there was a second cable behind the dresser that worked just fine, and #X200B. It pays off to search everything, to say the least, so that I'm on mute during a work conference call. I check that the mute icon is lit up. I say, "Hello? Hi guys. Can you hear me?" Then when I receive no answer, I'm good. Pretty much everything. I have OCD. Jack off. Pet the dogs. That last 20-minute belly rub was probably enough, but just in case, make sure my grilling tings are nice and clicky. Filling important details on a form and locking the doors of your car and home. Did I turn off everything in my apartment before going out? Yeah, I'm sure I did. Wait, let me go check. Yeah, I did. I'll lock the door again now. Is the door really locked? Let me check that again. 2. Sometimes I'm amazed I'm able to go anywhere. Measure twice, cut once, retorquing lug nuts on aluminum alloy wheels. Check for updates. You kidding me? My whole life is a mess of checking things multiple times even though it was correct the first time. Don't even get me started on video games. Flush the toilet. I was accused for years by an abusive uncle of being the one who always clogged the toilet. I think I may have clogged toilets that were not my own maybe 4 times in my entire life. But one of those was at my grandparents' house when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade. And my uncle still brings it up to this day. I always flush the toilet twice now to make sure everything goes down and that it's not clogged for the next person, because I never know when someone's going to turn out to be a 10,000% fluffhead and hold a grudge for over 20 goddamn years. That my phone is definitely not in my pocket before the start of an exam this year. If I am disassembling, practicing with a gun, I check that there is no magazine in it and that the chamber is empty. Drop McGrack, rack, rack, rack. Rack, 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 rack. Okay, maybe one more time, rack. I normally check all around the house for strangers when I am home alone. Save my game right after I do it because I can't be sure if I did it or not. Make sure my car is locked and my keys are in my pocket. My fob just died and I have to do it manually until I can afford to replace it. Flushing the toilet. I get paranoid that I forget, so whenever I go back to whatever I was doing before, I suddenly don't ever remember flushing, so I have to go back and check. Checking the time on my watch just to make sure my dumbass actually read it right. Saving in video games. It's not like I've really ever lost a bunch of progress, but I tend to play for hours at a time and I would hate to do it again so soon. Measuring before I cut. Good rule for any project I'm working on at work or home. Locking anything that needs to be locked at least 3 times. Locking all the doors before going to bed. I'll double check then check again sometimes. I had this rogue thought once about how easy it would be for someone to walk into my house in the middle of the night and take one of my kids and sell them to some overseas family who wants to raise a healthy white kid. Super unlikely, but also terrifies me because I'd never see my kid again and the FBI would probably have nothing to go on. Just poof, kid's gone. For manual car drivers, wiggling the knob to make sure it's in neutral. Ctrl+S. Saving a game. Flushing the toilet and washing my hands. Wipe. Click the tongs before using them. Flick the light switch again when I already know the bulb is blown. Ever since my neighbors told me once that some people were trying to come into my apartment in the middle of the night, I always triple check to make sure my door is locked. Double check to make sure I have my wallet, keys and phone as I walk out the door each day. Setting the morning alarm for work. Make sure stovetop is off. Locking my front door. Making sure that my fridge door is shut. It's not in the best of shape and sometimes it won't shut properly or it'll pop open. I should get a new one, but that costs money. Locking the door of my car. I do it automatically and a few steps later realize that I'm not sure whether I locked the car or not, so I have to do it consciously, except for that one time when I parked in the city center and left the car keys in ignition. I still don't understand how the car was not stolen.